Where my lions at? Good morning, good morning. Oh, snap diddly. How we doing, y'all? CP. Oi. Previously on Kimba TV. Short doesn't work and it stops me out at 47.3. I'm not shorting again until 50, 51, 52. That through that methodology that we just talked about, we already have 8 to 9 significant levels identified all the way from this 50 level to like 30, 31. Six minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing? How we doing?
He just told us to be prepared.
5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes to be exact. Exclamation prepared, exclamation YouTube. Golden Poquito, thank you for the resub, brother. Let's get nasty. 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's get nasty. CPI says, oh, snap dizzle for shizzle. Oh, snap dizzle for shizzle. Oh, snap, we're going to have to go to war. We're going to have to go to war. Oh, snap dizzle for shizzle. Ladies and gentlemen, will the math be the math, y'all? Will the math be the math, y'all? Oh, snap. Let's go. Here we go. Happy CPI Tuesday, motherfuckers. We get nasty, y'all. I gotta turn on the heater. Let's go. It's probably because I'm drinking this ice cold monster. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 3.1 actual over 2.9. Uh-oh. Hot dog. Let's go. 0.4 over 0.3, 0.3 over 0.2, 3.1 over 2.9. You know what it is. Let's go. We have top longers trapped, huh? Who the fuck is longing up here? Schwiggity. Okay, okay. Shout out top longers. Exclamation top long. If you top long and you're eating top ramen. Let's get nasty. Let's get nasty.
It's over. Bitcoin is going to zero.
That's pretty bizarre, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of top longing going on. If you're top longing, you're going to eat top ramen. Exclamation top long. Let's get nasty, y'all. Grab them thang-thangs. Grab them thang-thangs. Single print coming up. Bugatti coming up. Let's get nasty, y'all. Come on. Come on. Whee! Money. Let's go. Oh, it's going to grab that thing. It's going to grab that thing. Oh, it grabbed that thing. It grabbed it, y'all. Oh, snap. It just grabbed it, and it's going to do the grab and go. Oh. Snap dizzle for shizzle. Just grab that single print, y'all. Tom Cruise is showing up Scientology all over the place. Let's get nasty. To kind of answer your question, the first thing is it depends on if you're more bullish or if you're more bearish. Some people may have hit their TP on the single print, and some people are longing the single print. Were you watching the chat? You see how some people were talking about hidden bull divs and all that kind of stuff? So it would be, you would have planned if it had the initial move as a dump, and you would have had a plan if the initial move was a pump. So were you able to kind of go back and take a look at all the other CPIs? Obviously, there's decades worth of data, but even if you just went and looked back at the last 5, 6, 7, 8, and then maybe filtered them with the ones that exceeded expectations and that and the CPIs that came lower than forecasted, and just try to kind of look at the data and figure out, if you can actually trust the initial move or not. So I hope that helps express. For me, none of my levels have come in yet. The levels that I would want to short is a little bit higher. The levels that I would want to long is a little bit lower. So it hasn't done anything for me yet. When you also take a look at CPI, you're going to notice that there's 3 phases, right? The first phase is when it's just futures and the number hasn't come out. The second phase is where we are now, which is when the numbers come out and it's only futures. And then in like 40 minutes, traditional markets are going to open and they're going to react to CPI. So there's 3 phases. So some people will trade all 3 phases. Some people will wait until markets open. So that's how you would go about planning it, Express. Alrighty. Let's watch this. I want to watch this because I want to see how high the DXY wants to go. Come on. Josiah says, looking for positions both ways today for the most part. But this is what I would say, Josiah. How many CPIs have we seen together? How many CPIs have we seen together, Josiah? What percent of the CPIs, whether they exceed expectations or they come short of what's expected, all of them, there you go. So now, out of all the ones that we've seen, okay, which ones exceeded and which ones fell short? And which one, the initial move, was a debate? So, yes, I'm always ready to short and I'm always ready to long, especially on a day like today. But it hasn't gone, it didn't pump as high as I needed to take a short, and it hasn't gone low enough for me to take a long yet. So I'm just waiting for market open, Josiah. But yes, I'm ready to do both. Yeah. So just do everything that we've talked about, Josiah. Make sure you have all the levels identified. You know what I mean? The poor highs, the poor lows. Get nasty. Get nasty. Cryptodamus says it looks like it swept 49.5. Here's the thing about sweep levels, Cryptodamus. Did it sweep Coinbase and did it sweep CME? Latuche, motherfucker. You already know what I'm going to say. Right? And what does the S&P look like? So you know what I'm doing right now. I am staring at Bugamas to come in 26 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But let's get it. And hopefully before today, whether you're a veteran lion or a new lion, you would have looked at the past 10, 11, 12 CPIs, right? And then out of the 12 or so that you looked at, you would have been able to filter out between the ones that exceeded expectations and the ones that missed the forecasted expectations. And then from there, you would have been able to see how much volatility you would expect. You know, is the first move debate like normal, or is it actually trustable? Is there enough volume to make it legit? Shit like that. And then obviously you can sprinkle in like 5th grade TA. Is it, you know, as you drop, is there a hidden bull div as it pumps up? Is there a hidden bear div or a regular? Start to put together some edge. And as always, identify the levels, volume levels, poor highs, poor lows, single prints, TPO levels, point of controls. And let's get nasty. Bloody Seven says, why nuke? Well, it's just fundamentals, brother. So just remember that when the CPI, so you know what CPI means, right? It's the consumer price index. Okay. It's just, you know, are people paying for more? Are people paying, more? Basically, it's the consumer price index. The PPI tomorrow is the producer price index. So when the CPI comes out higher than what's expected, that's bullish for DXY, which is naturally bearish for S&P. It's better to be putting your money in the dollar, nothing else. So of course, people are going to take their money out of S&P. People are going to get out of gold because the dollar is the better thing to hold, more value. I hope that makes sense. If the CPI came, so for example, the forecast was 2.9. If it came out 2.8, dollar, the DXY would have dumped, this would have pumped. That's just fundamentals. Astro says, I have a question. How are you? I'm a little bit tired, but I'm Bugatti, baby. I'm Bugatti. I'm going to be packing because my flight for Hawaii leaves today. So a little bit of a shorter stream. I'll probably kick it with you guys until market close. And then I got to head off to Hawaii. But I'm excited, man. I hope all the shit that I coordinated is going to be Gucci. I got like a whole shit ton of flowers and Soki, what's going on? Fernand says, I'm good. Still on that long and wondering where you want the long. Got my idea. Gotta watch the highlights. Like, the one that I would really, really, really want to probably get is a lot closer to 45, 46 down here. Obviously, I'll watch that level around 47 too. But, yes, probably lower. Like this. See this? Alrighty. Something like that, Fernanzi. Yeah, I'm going to let the Bugamas show up in 23 minutes. And if I can get into a position today or tomorrow in anticipation for Friday, that would be nice. Bloody says $60 to $80 million long at 50,100. Again, I don't know. The data is the data, right? I don't know what the fuck happened. I mean, they're getting stopped out now. All the longers are getting stopped. Look. And what the fuck? Golly. Who the fuck would open a short at the PDEQ? Oh, hell no. And now you got a dickhead that just opened a $9.2 million short at the PDEQ. Quit playing with me. What? Lions, what the fuck is going on? Who doing this? It better not be none of y'all. It better not be none of y'all. What is going? I just said watch for the I just said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's important to remember what has happened in the past. You just said. What in the fuck? Y'all heard me what I just said, right? Watch for the bounce, and if it gets the rejection off of the previous day value area high, I might take that short. But yo, somebody just opened a 9 point. Oh my god, who that is? That's fucking so funny. So you got a bunch of fucking idiots that top long that 50,300, 50,100, and then you got this dickhead that just opened a $9 million bottom short. Lord have mercy. I'm juicing. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, I hope this guy's short works out. I think the smaller thing would have been to wait for the value area high. Clearly, this guy, oh my God. 9.2 of 15 mil in shorts just opened at the PDEQ. Oh my God. He just added, I see it. What in the fuck? Oh my God. See, this is what I'm talking about, OG veteran Lions. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you stupid, you stupid. Well, you got to see it live. Hey, but OG veteran Lions, if this works out and this guy gets lucky, that's great. Obviously, that's not something that you would want to do every single time. But, dude, oh my God. Wolf Investing says they know something we don't. Yeah, like historical patterns. But we know it, they don't. All I'm saying is why would you short at PDEQ? That kind of makes no sense. We've seen this so many times where it breaks the value area high, goes to the daily open, back tests it, goes to the PDEQ. The bearish retest has to happen on PD value area high. Because we've seen scenarios where people would try to front run this. This is actually classic. Who was it Living Forest or maybe Desk Slap when we talked about this? A bunch of lions would put blind limits here, and we talked about how let it do the daily open, go back in. This is when you would want to do it. Stop loss is defined right there. Anyways, lots of opportunities to do a little thangity-thang, ladies and gentlemen. Gurkha, shout-outs to Gurkha and the people that brought up the CCV. Who's going to try to short the previous day value area high with the stop loss at daily open? You nasty? Who nasty? All right, let me load up the chat real quick. Fry Slang says, looking at OI, are these bottom shorts that are getting wrecked? You haven't even seen them get wrecked. So first things first, you see the 15, were you here when the $15 million short opened? You see this 9.2, 3.8. So there's a big $15 million short from 49.3. He has not TP'd. You see this? Open interest went up, shorts opened here at 49.3. We're waiting for this fucker to close or get squeezed. But has the open interest gone down to indicate that shorts are getting wrecked? No. I mean, you tell me. But you can see that this dude right here at 49.3 still hasn't closed. Schwiggity schwaggity. The math is the math. But if you missed the earlier shit, make sure you type exclamation rewind and get caught up. We have some pretty good plans already. So we just had a bunch of lines. We were just talking about poor and how it's a sweep, and so people are in longs, and we also have people from the Kimba Crown short. Maybe looking to lower time frame. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm sure there's a little here. Yeah, like there was 1.2 million that closed. But yeah, no, it's that's the one that we want, the 49.3. So let's see what happens when we get to 49.3. Yeah, but if you missed the early stuff, I think it's worth kind of rewinding and getting caught up. We talked about longing this and how, it's the 4-hour hidden bull div, and you're going to be trying to break the regular bear div and all that shit. Look at that. So hidden bull div, right? Regular bull div on the 30-minute Bugatti. Yeah, no real surprises. Biz414 says, if OI continues like this nice bearish retest attempt, there you go, Biz. There you go. Oh, look at that. He just closed. He probably has stop loss at break even, and he's probably thinking to himself, oh, fuck. Okay. Did y'all just see that? Oh, look, he's smashing short again. Oh, those motherfuckers stopped me out. Boy, you better quit playing with me. Do you see what I mean by trust the data? There's so many times where I will go to like a YouTube chat or a Discord, and people are talking about longers are trapped, shorters are trapped, and I'm like, what are you looking at? So this is how you can tell what the fuck going on. So this dude that opened this probably just took break even. Probably took break even, and then he's like, oh my God, it just stopped me out. I bet it's gonna nuke. Okay. Sure, Sato. But there you go. This should tell you exactly what happened from here to here. We're just seeing bottom shorters and top longing all over the fucking place. Boy, they are not going to get me. They are not it could be, that would be fucking hilarious. All I know is they're not going to get me. That's why I'm trying to sit back, relax, and just chill out and wait for my thangity thing. You see this bullshit that's going on? I am not trying to be a part of this group. but you guys can see what's going on, right? The data don't lie, y'all. It's not like I'm stating an opinion. I'm not just pulling out of my ass, hey man, there's top longers and bottom shorters. We can all see it, right? And goddamn, is this not the most entertaining thing ever? Like we always talk about, if you can identify the levels and you can read the data, whether you can juice or not, the execution is a secondary thing, but it's a lot more enjoyable when you know what the fuck is going on, right? So, yeah. So, I mean, here's the open interest. I don't know, aside from the CVD that you're kind of getting, I don't know if it's that significant. For me, if it was just me right now, I wouldn't really be looking at EXO. I would be looking at this. I would keep it dead ass simple. You see the curvature or the crossover that happened on MACD? So can we get this and this and this? And this is just on the 5 minutes, so it's not that important, but you work your way back and you eventually are going to be hoping that this 30-minute, let me move the avatars for a second. You're going to be hoping that this 30-minute div holds as well. But you start with the 5, you go to the 15, you go to the 30-minute, and you start to say, is this going to hold or is it not? LuxSlayer says no more retest and straight up now. I'm confused. What's confusing? Are you maybe under the wrong impression that you're supposed to get a retest? Nothing is guaranteed. It's risk reward. So are you watching this? If you're watching this, then hopefully you're not going to be too stubborn and wait for something like that. Because conceptually speaking, I just said resistance, resistance. So you don't get bullish on the penetration, you get bullish on the retest. Are you aware that that could happen?
You just said.
LuxSlayer says, I took profit on my long too early. That's why. Okay. Yes. Let's see what happens. But yeah, there is no guarantee that you're going to get a bullish retest. So that's why it's all about probabilities. Maybe out of 1,000 times, 300 of the times, you're going to see this. And maybe 400 of the times, you're going to see this. And the rest, it just doesn't work out. So maybe like 10% of the time, it'll just go. Maybe like 20% of the time, it'll do a bullish retest on that level. Maybe 40% of the time, it comes back to the golden pocket. And then whatever's left, so 30%, it doesn't work out. And that's why you need to see it for yourself thousands of times so you can have your own bias. Until you do, you're going to, have to either blindly trust somebody else's interpretation, or you can be disciplined and try to, use other confluence or edge. Yeah, man. You guys want a little recap? All right. Well, so if you got to, you would first have to be caught up on the highlights. You would first have to be caught up on the highlights because we talked about bearish structure as an edge. And one of the ones that we talked about, obviously swing fail, everybody knows that. Failed auction, I think everybody knows that. You have the 3 drives, right? And then you also have Kimba Crown. So the third one is the tallest, and then this one is your Kimba box retrace. So 1, 2, third one is highest. Also bearish structure, a swing fail. So whether it's you're validating the Kimba Crown or you're validating the swing or the sweep swing fail pattern, swing high, swing low, pixel perfect, 786, Kimba box, short fill. Alrighty. So structurally, swing failure pattern, Kimba crown, third one being retracement, full fill. Alrighty. So that was before CPI. So if you took that short, that's awesome. Obviously, when you're going to start thinking about TPs, you're going to do this. Pixel, perfect. Again, Kimba box. So whether you were waiting for this or you just were staggering out, like just because this is your TP1 doesn't mean you have one TP. You could have one, if your TP1 was, let's say 10%, you can spread the 10% through Kimba box. But some people took longs there. Why would you take a long? Well, these are edges that we talked about yesterday as well. So you have a hidden bull div on the RSI. On the smaller time frame, you have a regular bull div. Alrighty, so that's pretty classic. You have identified a level. You have seen the edge, 4-hour hidden bull div, 30-minute regular bull div, all Gucci Magucci. And in the smaller time frame, you had very similar Fibonacci things. So nuke through 0.5, nuke through again, tap the 786, and now it's above. And then the last time we left, we were breaking down the probability of it skyrocketing, bouncing off of that, or nuking. Alrighty, so we have a bunch of lions that are still in the short, a bunch of lions that took the long, and we're taking it level by level. Swap easy. Those are exactly the levels that we talked about, I think, when you were gone earlier, right? Just right off the bat, like if you're seeing something like this, swap easy, 7.5 pixel perfect, right? 7.5 pixel perfect. You gotta at least be like, all right, let me shave at least some at 7.5 pixel perfect. And you know what's really cool about the 7.5 here? Let me do it on another one. Swap easy. You know what's really cool about the 7.5, my boy? Boy, 7.5, TPO point of control, and volume. So for sure, like a no-brainer, that should be a TP1 for anybody. And then you got swing fails, poor highs, poor lows. And the other thing, too, that we kind of marked out was this. Swap BZ. Make sure you identify the poor highs and the sweep levels. Because if you do that, and remember, do it on CME and Coinbase as well. But if you do that, then on CME, you end up with this and you end up with that. So I think that's a pretty good TP2. You know, maybe you have another one in between, maybe for like a swing fail of the high. But if you kind of break it down like that, I think it all kind of lines up with what you had, Swap BZ. So I think you're Gucci, brother. So you should all have it. But here's the 4-hour triple bear div. Ding, ding, ding. Higher, higher, higher. Lower high, lower high, lower high. So there's your 4-hour triple bear div going up against your 4-hour hidden bull div. Okay? And the most important thing is to remember which one wins. Okay? But golly, look at all that room on the RSI to go to even challenge that bear div. So shorters, you got to be careful because you could have another quadruple bear div just like that, and that could be it. So you've got a short opportunity at the 7.5, you have a short opportunity at the sweep, and then you guys already know what my next area will be, that 51.5 to 52,000 zone, right?
Yes.
Bulls, Bears were all lions. Ladies and gentlemen, CPI Tuesday. What a day, what a day, what a week. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow, but I'll be back Thursday and Friday. If anything is going on or if I take a shot, it's going to be on the VIP, and I'll talk about it in Kimba's Den channel in the Discord as well. Alrighty, but I think we did a pretty good job today identifying at least 2-3 levels, so the upside and downside. All right, volume-based levels, time-based levels, single prints, imbalances, point of controls, value area high, value area low, full rotation type of things. All right, market makers, do your thing. I'm out of here. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.
닥쳐,